going to introduce to you the Formech FLB500 line bender. This line bender allows you to take sheet goods such as high-impact polystyrene, plastic, and turn it into a functional object. In order for us to start this project, we took a simple cardboard mock-up, drew and traced an object that we wanted to make on a piece of cardboard. Once we got the shape and size that we wanted and the proportions were correct, we could easily transfer this over to a sheet good plastic. Cutting this out by hand with a knife allowed us to make this a more manageable piece to work with. If you're working in a production environment or needed to make multiples of these, a CNC router, laser cutter would be a beneficial tool for the future.
Here we have the Formech FLB500. We're going to be doing a form of the plastic leaflet that you saw earlier. We're going to be placing this onto the actual machine now. We'll be using the material stop to allow the material to be accurate to the position that we marked. The machine has a single temperature control to adjust your heating for different varieties of plastics. It also has a material clamp to hold the material and also protect your fingers. So I'm going to place the material onto the machine, the FLB500. Make sure it's set in the right position. Place the material clamp down. Give it some time to heat up the plastic so that it becomes to a fluid state. I'm going to take the material over to our cooling jig. We're going to be doing a 90-degree bend. So now our material has cooled. I'm now going to adjust the cooling jig to adjust for the second bend. Loosening these two clamps on the sides. I'm going to move it to 105, which is my predetermined angle. So now we readjusted the material stop so we can move it further back for our second bend. Place my plastic in, adjust it to our second position, clamp it down. Place the material clamp in the position. So now that the material is soft, place it on the cooling jig, hold it there at the 105-degree angle we set earlier, and let that cool for a few seconds to a minute. Now we will remove the second bend. It's finished, it has cooled. We're going to form the side pieces. I need to readjust the material stops. I cannot use the material clamp to hold the pieces down as my previous bends are in the way of the clamp. So I'm going to hold them with my fingers widely spaced away from the heating elements. So now I'm going to go to the cooling jig. Now that our one side has been completed, we're going to go and do the same process to the other side. Place the material on the machine. So now that all our bends have been completed, here's our finished product. We have done multiple bends. Our first bend, second, third, and fourth. For our final product, we'll hold some leaflets. Created by the Formech FLB500.